doing?
How are you?
Good. Any day now. Please.
What's it been like? Yeah,
3 weeks till the first game of the season that counts. How do you guys as a defense stay sharp, knowing that you're probably not playing in Kansas City, but you got 3 weeks left?
Who said we're not playing in Kansas City?
Most starters.
That's what they said? Okay.
He said except for 98. I'm not sure.
Everyone but 98.
Yeah, I mean, we practicing, so you stay sharp in practice. I mean, you stay sharp on your film study and just look at what's coming next.
What was there something you were able to focus on while you were out that maybe you wouldn't have if you were practicing every day?
I mean, a little bit. I was in my film room and all that type of stuff, but I was really just focusing on getting back healthy.
What an impression on you about Booker?
But I mean, I've reiterated so many times. I mean, he's just a tremendous talent. Really light years ahead of where a rookie should be. But I'm excited for the year and what he brings to the table.
Now, when you reflect back on your own rookie year, what were the biggest things that, when you got into the regular season, became eye-opening as a pass rusher?
I think the biggest thing is just experience. Just getting those reps against different tackles and different offenses, and really just getting the confidence of playing in the NFL.
With Austin, how have you seen him get better throughout training camp?
Yeah, I mean, he noticing he's starting to notice how guys like to block him. He's trying out new moves, and he's just learning the defense and learning how to move faster within it. So, real big leaps from him.
We've heard that he doesn't make a decision as to what he's going to do until he kind of engages and can sense kind of what the offense is trying to do to him. And is that unusual? And what does that show about him? Is that just the way he likes to do things, or does that take a special kind of?
I mean, as a pass rusher, you always have a sort of a pass rush plan, but that pass rush plan can get thrown off by depending on what the tackle does sometimes. So reaction time and what you do in the move area is pretty key. He's done a pretty good job with that.
When you say he's light years ahead, he's a 5th-round pick. He's not a first-rounder. Like, is that the part that surprises you the most? Just knowing that this guy was a day 3 draft pick and he's coming in already more polished than most.
I mean, a little bit. Football is football, and a guys is always flashing in those later rounds. So, yeah.
Montez kind of was talking yesterday about sort of the collective mentality that the defense has right now. I think he said he called it a surge of energy. What are you feeling from the one defense as you guys get ready to go in the regular season on that front?
Chemistry, a defense that has the guy next to him back. Yeah, we hold each other accountable and we feed off of that.
Montez, is this the most responsibility that you feel a team has put on you, put you in this position where you are expected to lead the pass rush? You're one of the highest paid guys on the roster. You're experienced now.
You put that responsibility on me.
Do you feel like this is the most that's been asked of you or put on you in terms of you have to spearhead this?
Not necessarily. Still 11 guys out there. Everybody has to do their job to a high ability for us to keep moving forward.
To that point, there's been a lot of talk about there needing to be some additions to the opposite end across from you to be able to maximize what you do. I know personnel ain't your job, but do you feel like there does need to be some additions? Are you comfortable where you guys are in terms of keeping double teams, triple teams off of you?
Yeah, that's a little past my pay grade. It's always a roster can always be updated and all those type of things, but I'm very comfortable with the guys that we have in the room. Yeah.
Most of the rest of those defensive ends are all younger, inexperienced guys that are coming up. I know they come to you a lot. Do you enjoy that role, and did you have someone that you could go to when you first got in the league?
Yeah, I really do. I definitely did in Washington. I've reiterated a lot. As my guy was RK, but yeah, I look forward to being that vessel for those guys and just showing them how things should be done. And any way I can help, I'm definitely here.
What have you seen from Darnell from maybe first day camp to now in terms of his progression?
Yeah, Darnell is an amazing tackle. Last year, I remember when we played when Washington played Chicago. I had got like a little piece of him, and I was really impressed when I seen him then. But as far as this year, I feel like everybody is getting better from day to day. But this year he's come to me a lot more. We're talking a lot more and all those type of things. So yeah, he's definitely moving in the right direction. What you got?
Well, it's just, this is, and now I'm about to ask a really silly question, which is, you back at the combine, I know you had a great 40 time, and I'm curious, like, did you have a background in track? And also wondering, like, if you watched track events during the Olympics, like, if you care about that stuff?
Yeah, I definitely ran a little bit of track in high school. Um, yeah, who doesn't watch the Olympics? So definitely looking at that.
Montez, do you feel ready? Do you want more reps before the start of the season?
I mean, I came in ready. I feel ready. I could play today, but always more practice. More practice makes perfect. So, but yeah, I'm ready.
Montez, now that you've got a month of camp working against Caleb and watched him in 2 preseason games, what has struck you about his ability?
He's talented. Um, he's just a very talented QB. There's not much more to go around that. He's a leader of men, and I'm looking forward to seeing him lead this football team.
What do you think the defense has done for him in practice to kind of get him acclimated to the NFL?
Definitely showed him like what an NFL defense looks like. I feel like we're definitely one of the top defenses in the league, so I feel like that's a great experience for him. But he's taking it head on. I see him getting better and better every day. It's kind of scary.
Veteran pass rushers talk all the time about double teams, chipping, stuff like that. It's just part of the deal if you reach a certain level. How have you adapted your game or maybe your mindset to that just being one more thing? That's not going to be an excuse for not getting the production that you want.
Right. What's your name? I gotta go. What's your name?
Jason.
Jason. Yeah, that's just a part of the league and being a good pass rusher. I've been getting chipped, double team, slides even since I was in Washington. So yeah, you just gotta have a pass rush plan like I was saying earlier and move forward.
Obviously, you can't hit Caleb in practice, but we've seen times where you're chasing him down. Does he ever say anything to you, like, for not murdering me on that play or anything like that?
Nah, he just sometimes give me that look like, man, if he wasn't there, it would have been something special. But yeah, I mean, he needs those looks. He needs to feel that pressure. So I provide that for him.
At this stage of your career, is training camp, excuse me, just a matter of getting into shape and getting ready for the regular season, or are there things you will keep working on to get better at what you do?
Yeah, I feel like every training camp is different. For this training camp, it's my first training camp in this defense. It's just allowed me a chance to really hone in on the defense instead of like last year when I was just coming in, just being thrown in the pot and kind of just having a role. So the role of this training camp is really learning the defense. But I mean, yeah, you get better every year, learn new techniques and all that type of stuff. So yeah, it's been helpful.
Thank you,
Thank y'all.
Y'all back in have a chance to be not only the strength of this team, but one of the best units in the league. Y'all had some bumps and bruises throughout summer. Do you feel like y'all are getting healthy at the right time? And do you think that it may take some time for y'all to get to the level y'all wanted to start at because y'all missed some time?
No, because I feel like all the guys that's on this defense right now actually bought into, Fluce's plan, our goals, who we are as a defense and what we come to establish every game. So I don't think it's gonna take time. I just think, everything happens for a reason. It's camp. You're gonna have bumps, you're gonna have bruises, guys gonna go down, guys gonna be up. And I just feel like the guys they brought on the team and on this defense is everybody's just willing to come in and do their part. So I feel like it's not gonna be a slow start. We wanna hit the league running, and we want to start the season out running. So I feel like we're ready.
How would you gauge how the defense? I mean, you still have 2 weeks left, before this. But or almost 3. How would you gauge how the defense played throughout this training camp, especially against Caleb trying to kind of get his feet wet?
I feel like I was just saying, I feel like we found ourselves like we've been playing hard. We've been going through the losses with the offense, knowing Caleb and knowing what he brings to the table. So I just feel like we've been just evolving as a group, standing on top of the standards that we have for each other and just been playing hard and coming together as a unit.
Tyrique, what did you make of Thursday's practice against the Bengals and the way you guys performed against one of the league's top quarterbacks?
honestly, I feel like we was ready. You know, I feel like we prepared for the situation. We knew what it was coming in with, you know, Burrow and his arm talent and the way he spins the ball, and just knowing that they was gonna come in here and try to dominate. And you know, this is what we practice at. This is what we do. You know, we bleed on that field. So, you know, when you come here, you know, pretty much we gonna stand on our 10 toes and let it know and be happy. But definitely was happy and, you know, satisfied with how we came out there and dominated as a defense.
What made you smile when I started asking that question?
Just the fact that we was like ready that day, like, you know, just from the PBUs with Jalen having the day, and just from the off, I just peeked over and just looking at DJ and them scoring. So it's just like just to see both sides having fun in the ring and competing. So
It's getting to the point where people don't really look at Jalen right now, man. The targets he get very, very minimal. I know as a rookie you probably expected that, but are you expecting that again in your second year, just to understand that they going away from him, you're gonna get more of those targets?
yeah, it's just giving me the opportunity to prove I'm just like him. You know, is both of the best world over here, and pretty much just knowing coming in the games that 3-3 is not, you know, go get the touches, just allow me to, you know, lock in on my game and figure out how they're going to attack me and figure out what routes that I have gave up previously that they're going to try to come back to, and just showing that I'm just as good as over here, you know.
Tyrique, talk about the difference in your mindset from last year to this year. Your first training camp last year, you got your season on your belt, you came on strong at the end of the season. Just talk about how different, more prepared you feel going into the season.
Definitely feel like I could come out there and just show them one of the top corners in the league. So I just would say my dedication to my small details, like, you know, getting in and out of breaks and just figuring out where the ball at, figuring out how they're gonna throw it, is just what I've been focusing on this camp. Last camp it was, you know, show the guys on the team that you here to play hard, just show the coaching staff that you here. Now it's like, you know, let's ball, let's run it, you know.
What's the difference between guarding Rome versus Keenan?
You know, Keenan is I would say Rome is just more of a, you know, he gonna give you what he give you, and he gonna, you know, get into his route. And then with Keenan, you just gotta watch for everything, you know, just the quick stops, the in and out of his breaks, you know, for him to be in the game so long and still be able to create the small separation that he needs in a route is just the difference between them right now. And I just see Rome picking up some things too, you know, as a bigger guy, taller guy, you know. Cornerbacks don't expect you to come in and out your breaks and stop on a dime. So just seeing Rome implicating that in his game too.
Do you enjoy that challenge of like being able to go against a receiver like Keenan Allen, even how that helps you grow as a cornerback?
Every day. I don't like it, but every day, pretty much I just want to come out there and get better. And I know Keenan is going to bring that to the table every day. So if I see it in practice, you know, once we get in the game, it ain't happening, you know, just make me an all-pro corner. But I've been getting worked on every day in camp, you know, with Keenan and DJ and everybody who's bringing their attributes to the table.
What is it about the way that Keenan runs his routes that makes it so frustrating for a corner?
Because I feel like if you play him too close, he's good enough to make that incredible catch. So you have to give him space to see which way he's going. If you sell on the route too hard, he can take it back the other way. And if you play him low, he's definitely taking it over the top. So it's just figuring out, you know, how to take him out his groove and all that. So I just feel like his ability to create separation when he needed to, that's pretty much make him hard to cover.
You ever dealt with a receiver that caused you to have that reaction you just had with that deep side and drop your head like that?
Nah. Nah, it's just even with DJ last year, you know, it was hard, but, you know, I felt like I was, you know, coming along. With Keenan, it's just now it's like figuring out a whole new plan to stop somebody new. So, you know, it's a headache. I see why it was headaches for DBs in the past, you know.
Tyrique, there's a narrative right now on Keenan that he looks a little slow and a little heavier. So, like, what do you make of that then?
That's none of my business. You know, y'all be here every day with us. You don't see it. You know, people have their opinions. He's still Keenan Allen. He's still gonna show y'all who he is, really. So that had nothing to do with me, pretty much.
Has he been talking to you? Has he been talking to you while he's having his, I don't know, way with you, so to speak?
I wouldn't say that. You know, they don't show all the reps, but yeah, I definitely ask some questions. You know, at the end of the day, we here to win, and if I can go out there third and 4, game on the line, and it's up to me. You know, I'm pretty sure he'll want me to make that play too. So definitely just you know, go back and forth, ask some questions. You know, when I throw my little wrinkles in there and then throw him off, he'd be shocked as well.
Tyrique, as it relates to Jalen, what have you learned the last 2 years about the way he's wired? It almost seems like the more he accomplishes, the more competitively angry he gets.
Yeah. I feel like he taught me to keep my composure, like pretty much. Like he's always, stick to the basics, stick to the rule guy. I have a good play, I'm up. I have a bad play, I'm down. So I feel like he's just teaching me how to keep my composure in the NFL, knowing that it's a long season, knowing that you're gonna go against good receivers as well. So pretty much.
Can you feel his motivation in the way he, it seems like he's taking it to another level in terms of what he wants to prove to the outside world?
I feel like he wants to prove it to himself, really. He wants to prove to himself that he's the number one corner, and I feel like just him working that hard and doing what he's been doing this offseason is just gonna show him why he's the number one, and then it's just the rest of the world just gonna follow.
Along those lines, there's this group of young DBs that you're a part of, including Jalen Terrell. How do you guys make each other better almost from like a peer pressure, unspoken kind of effect? Like how do each of you kind of make each other better, just almost from a competitive standpoint within your own team?
We just pretty much talk. We talk all day, every day. Like, what do you see? How do you see it? If I play it like this, can you play it like this? It's just we always bouncing ideas off each other's head. If Jalen sees something in film and he feel like he can add his 2 cents in it, he add his 2 cents. If I see something, I'd be like, hey, I feel like you could have did this. We always just have open ears to each other's game because we all have different games, but the goal is to lock down a receiver. So
with so many players who are kind of improving and at a similar stage of your career, do you feel like is there a pressure to kind of keep up and stay at that level?
always, it's NFL. Everybody's job is always up for grabs. So I feel like everybody coming here every day to work, knowing that everybody's getting better, and we just want the best person out there on the field. So it's
I guess in that regard, do you feel like it's a benefit that maybe you didn't think of when you came in the league to be with this group? You know what I'm saying? That keeps pushing you. Is that an advantage?
It's an honor. For me, it's an honor to be with this group, to have people that wants to see me at my best, and also be able to allow me to turn around and also want to see them at their best, no matter how I come out. If it's chippy some days, hey, it's football. If it's let me talk to you like a brother some days, it's football. So it's an honor, really.
I mean, what's been the process for you to get to know the way refs are with their flags and kind of figure out what you can and can't do? I know, like, second half of the season, I don't think you were flagged at all, but like, what's that process been like to kind of learn what you can get away with?
It's just been like a learning curve, pretty much. And just as far as the refs, they the student of the game too. They out there and it's flying around too, and they got so many things to look at. So just understanding that they have a job to do as well, and they come to do their job, and everybody makes mistakes. They might see a call different than the next ref might see it, but just take them as they come and just keep playing the game.
Technique-wise, did you have to change anything with your technique or like learn anything? Like I can do this, but I can't do this.
Pretty much, it was just all like contributing to myself. Like, far as like, don't touch them at the 5. Work on your feet. Work on your hip. Like, work things that gonna put you in a position to make the plays that you're capable of. So, worked on feet work. Worked on stand low. Pretty much drop some weight so I could be able to just come in and out my breaks.
Tyrique, you spent the last month going against Keenan and DJ in Rome. What have you learned about yourself in those daily battles?
I almost said something. I'm just. I'm him, pretty much. I could cover pretty much any receiver in the league. All I got to do is just, work hard, stay consistent, and just lock in on myself.
Assuming as a rookie you want to get out there more than anything, how difficult was it to be patient? And how did you kind of bide your time before you got back out there?
I mean, yeah, it was tough. Obviously, I've been playing football for a long time, so it's tough whenever the game is taken away from you. But, I'm really excited to be back, really excited to get to work.
How has Chris Morgan kind of kept you involved throughout this process, and how ready do you feel to step into some of those drills and ramp up?
Yeah, he's been amazing, just kind of helping me to understand the playbook. He's always willing to answer any question I have, and always checking in to make sure that I'm, staying on top of what I need to do playbook-wise. So he's been amazing for me.
You ever gone this long without playing football?
No, never.
Grade school?
Well, I've never missed a game, I think, in my entire life. So, yeah, I've never gone this long without playing.
Have you learned anything about yourself along the way here? At the
Yeah.
risk of asking a very broad question.
Yeah, I would say I learned that, I knew I already loved football, but I think I learned how much I appreciate football and appreciate being out there with the team, appreciate playing the game, the chess match of it, and really just, being physical, hitting, playing everything that is football. I just learned I appreciate it more than I even knew I did.
Is there someone you've leaned on in the lineman room to kind of help you through this process, but also teach you as they're going through?
I think all the vets have been amazing. They've all been, kind of helping me as well with SEMO, just making sure I'm on top of the playbook and integrating me into the room, not making me feel like, like a pledge, a rookie pledge or anything like that. They've been really like big brothers to me, so I really appreciate them.
What does it feel like? Big jump coming from Southern Utah to NFL when he started his entire rookie season. It's going to be a pretty big jump for you coming from Ivy League to NFL too. Have you all had those conversations and just talked to him about what it was like to go from that level of ball to this level?
Yeah, definitely. I've been talking to him the whole time that I've been here. Just he's someone who's done it, from his rookie year and up until now. So he's been a good resource for me, just answering questions and kind of helping me along with what to do.
What's it been like just to be a part of this franchise that you've obviously followed your whole life, and now you're going to get to put the uniform on and actually participate in a game?
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's everything that I wanted it to be, except for the part about actually playing. So I'm excited to be back and actually be on the field and be in action and contribute.
When you look back, what are some of your memories of the franchise, like when you were a kid? Like, is there anything that sticks out, whether it was a player you liked or a game you watched or went to or anything like that?
Yeah, my favorite all-time player was Devin Hester. Like when I grew up, I didn't really know anything much about football with my parents being from Africa, and I was about 6 years old, and I saw him return the opening kick in the Super Bowl, and I fell in love with football after that, and so he's a big reason why I'm here today. So yeah.
Anytime you're coming back from such a serious injury like that, there's a lot of different hurdles that you kind of got to get over. Which one was the toughest for you? What kind of physical thing was most difficult for you to get back and get over?
I think it's just kind of teaching my body to do the things they used to do. When you have a surgery and you're forced, you're in bed for a long time, your leg is immobilized. Just kind of teaching your body what to do again. And that came over time. It came naturally, and so I feel great now, and everything's feeling ready to go.
Did you have a presumption when you were drafted that the injury could linger into training camp?
I was just taking it day by day, really, doing what I needed to do on a daily basis to get ready for whenever my body was going to say yes. I didn't necessarily have a set timeline or anything. I was just, in there working every single day and trying to get ready as fast as possible.
I know you've been taking the mental reps, but how do you view getting up to speed with the rest of the line, knowing that they've been in practice now for a month and this is your first chance to get on the field?
Yeah, I think the mental reps help me, tremendously, because when I get out there and I'll be a step ahead in terms of kind of knowing where I'm supposed to go, and that'll allow me to play a lot faster. And at the end of the day, football just kind of comes naturally. So after that, it's just instincts and playing.
Kiran, is the plan to still have you play at left tackle, or are you exploring other options on the line?
I'll play wherever they want me to play. Like I said before, when I was up here, I'm a football player, so put me wherever, I'll do my job.
You understand you got a lot development plan now kind of takes place. What's your goal? What do you hope to prove as you kind of get experience and stay healthy and keep working your way back?
I just want to get better and better every single day. I want to, have a steady climb every day. For me, if I get 1% better, then I'm doing something for that day, and eventually I'll be a pretty good football player. So.
Was it difficult to change training staffs in the middle of a rehab like that? Usually there's a plan for how this thing's going to go, and then have it change from one group to another group. Was that difficult? Were the Bears changing things than what you were doing previous?
No, honestly, everybody here made it so easy. Dre, Tristan, Adam, everybody in the training room and the training staff, they made it seamless for me to kind of transition from where I was training before and rehabbing to coming in here, and they had a set plan for me, ready to go, and we attacked it from day one. So they were, huge in getting me back, and I really saw a huge jump when I got here. And so, I can't thank them enough for what they did.
How long have you felt like right there close to I can play now?
If you ask me that, I'll tell you since surgery, just because it's kind of how I am. I've always just wanted to be back on the field, and I remember when I got here, I told them, I'm ready, I'm fine, but I wasn't, clearly. So I think, I wanted to play as soon as possible.
Did you practice playing the cymbals or did you wing it?
So Theo and Theo had the idea about a week before, and like he told me about it. I was like, yeah, you gotta do this. I ended up going to the vets, and they're like, yeah, you gotta do this. So the night before, I just went to his hotel room and we ran through it like once or twice just to make sure I had the timing, because they were actually pretty small. So if you hit them like too hard, it kind of dims out or whatever, blocks out the sound. So I had to get like the perfect contact. So the first one, I got that good contact, it was a good sound. And the second one, because everybody was laughing, I tried to go a lot harder to make it louder. And I mean, it didn't matter because everybody was laughing, so you wouldn't have heard it anyways. But yeah, we ran through it. Yeah.
Did you know pants were optional?
I did know. Yeah. Appreciate it. Thank you.